him with the shaved head, which is awesome. But he's young, and I wasn't expecting him to be like young. I picture Lex Luthor as this older man, so that's my only pet peeve is that he's young. But because it's him, I'm like, okay, maybe I'll be okay with this.
I watched it, and seeing him with the wig first and foremost, God, we're already back in the negative zone.
We have to. I mean,
seeing him with the wig, it kind of harkened back to the old Donner films, which I'm infamously not a fan of. I don't care what Dean says.
Okay, I can understand.
Superman's spinning around the world. My girlfriend's dead. And then he, I was never a fan of that. Even as a kid, I thought that was stupid. But him doing that, I wasn't too fan of. His line drop of the red capes are coming, the red capes are coming. Yeah. I didn't know
how to feel
without being too negative. I wasn't filled with a sense of dread that you're supposed to sense when you're watching a villain do his thing. I feel that he was, again, going back to the Gene Hackman model and trying to be funny when I want you to be, dude, you're pitting two of this world's strongest characters together. He's basically having like a fungasm at the prospect of Batman throwing down with Superman. You're supposed to be a sinister, evil genius. And I feel that he was doing stand-up. I kind of maybe there was a point to that, but I wasn't purchased on the idea of him being sinister mastermind. And
I get what you're saying totally. I think that what was cool though about it for me was the fact that there's also been rumors that there might be an essence of Brainiac in the so I think if that was the case, then maybe just to Luthor this is more of a game for him and he's a pawn. There's also a sense of that the Joker is there. You see his handwriting on a lot of different things, which is like one of my favorite aspects about it. So maybe the Joker is somehow involved. I'm not sure. He's not credited to be in it, but his presence could be found and it could be used to pin things on other people to get other people angry and want to do things. So, and I don't know if that's Luthor's way of handling being a villain. Like, I don't think that that's the type of thing he would do.
I don't think, the connection to him and Joker, they're there, but I think they're very faint right now. But jumping back to what you said before, my favorite shot in the trailer.
Please just say it. Please just say it. Please just say
Batman is in. Yeah, Batman is in his cave. He looks over and you see the costume. And at first we didn't see it. You see the costume and it says, "Ha ha ha, joke's on you, Batman." And I look at him just like, man, this dude tagged up one of Batman's suit. I stop. I look at the upper right, and there's a friggin' R. I'm like, me and John both, Robin, Jason, no.
I cried. I was like, that's messed up.
That was,
And then I went, oh my gosh, are we getting flashbacks because there's rumor that Robin is going to be in it? Are we getting another movie? If the Batman movie's going to happen, there better be Robin. I'm tired of no Robin and no Nightwing and no Batgirl.
That was such an explosive thing. It was one little shot.
It was 2 seconds.
But it was a 2-second shot. Exactly. But in that 2 seconds, they've added so much to the canon.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, is there any time for this? Because they have pictures. I'm assuming that it's of Batman's backstory. I mean, do we have to solidify that? You know, he said he's already defended Gotham for 20 years. So, I mean, are we gonna get the flashbacks of when Robin was there? Where is that? Where is Cyborg? Where is Aquaman? They're credited on top billing cast, yet we saw 2 seconds of them? I don't even think we saw actual face shots.
Yeah, what I think this one's going to be, it's going to basically be a seed planting film. And what I mean by that is you're going to have a lot of minute, really subtle cameos. I don't think they're going to go the flashback route because that raises too many questions of, okay, what happened to Robin? That jumps into Joker territory. And we all know they're saving Joker for the Suicide Squad, which we're going to get to in a couple minutes. Because, but at any rate, I think that would jump too much into the elements of Batman that they're trying to save for future films. So I think you're going to see that suit. Oh God, just think about it now. You're going to see that suit. You're going to see a couple points that I actually brought up with the newspaper. When it says Wayne Tower, blah, blah, is destroyed, dozens killed, that whole thing. The little note of "you let your family die" really had us we went on about that for about 20 minutes.
I was so confused. I was like, okay, but that's Joker's handwriting. but
Joker's
that's a
handwriting.
picture. It's a newspaper image clipping of the destruction of Wayne Tower in an abandoned location. Like, I don't think he was
Yes.
at the crime, like, or at the wreckage.
In his cave,
But
or yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So which is what I'm thinking, is that there's a sense of maybe there's a banding together of all of the villains. And also a lot of people keep re-solidifying the idea of the Brainiac, that maybe it's something with him, or somebody is using the Joker's writing and stuff to maybe get Batman more angry and want to fight. Because, like, I don't know, I feel like they made Batman out to be the villain in the trailer, and I'm not about that.
He will be the closest thing we have to a villain for the first 2 acts of the film, and then when they make the revelation that, hey, Lex Luthor's behind all this,
Yeah.
you're going to have them team up. And then the end of the film is going to hint to the bigger threat, which is Joker, who, like you were saying before, like you hinted to before, I feel like he's going to be that X factor that if he doesn't bring the villains together to do that whole Injustice League thing,
Exactly.
he's going to be that incendiary character who causes them to run amok, if you will. To kind of like, if not band together, if like kind of like excite activity out of them. That's where the whole Suicide Squad
get the other villains to want to act and be more active, and because they realize that they're not the only one, that, you know, like, the superheroes can be tampered with, they can be controlled, they can be affected, they can be put against each other. So, and I also think that what it is that they also hint to the body of General Zod being brought to Lex Luthor, and people are saying maybe it's a hint to Doomsday, that maybe Lex Luthor does that, and then Doomsday means the death of Superman, and I'm like, dude, whoa, we are getting too much right now.
Right,
We are
Zod's
so
dead
far
body
ahead
could
of
have meant,
ourselves.
it could mean X number of things. It could mean a Supergirl, it could mean a Superboy, it could mean Doomsday, it could mean any one of those things.
I'm ready.
But yeah, and it's funny though, because the idea is, thinking about the results of the last film, Metropolis was in chaos. Joker, as we all know, is an agent of chaos. So I feel like his activities are kind of like almost, not want to say spiritually connected, but thematically it's almost like Joker is reacting to the events that Superman went through and that whole fight in Metropolis. It's just great. They've added a lot of elements and a lot of potential yarns to this new canon. So it was great.
And my last pet peeve, though, is I'm not happy with the choice for the actor of Alfred.
I'm just gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
I understand. I love him, but I wasn't prepared. I was never informed, to be honest, that he was going to play the role of Alfred. I guess I was out of the loop for that. So when I finally actually saw him, I was like, whoa, I see Alfred as very, very old and feeble, and he doesn't look that way. He looks more like an older uncle to me, which is okay. I can get used to it. I can get used to it, but I was taken back. You know, I was like, Alfred is my Master Wayne.
Okay.
You know?
My counter statement to that is Alfred is more of an advisor / father figure to Batman.
I agree.
And the fact that in the comics, Alfred has been around the Waynes for, the Pennyworth family, they've been associated with the Waynes for generations. Alfred basically grew up in Wayne Manor. He's known Bruce from the time that he was born, and he's watched over him ever since his parents died, even before then, actually.
Yeah.
So the idea that he's kind of around, he's not around to be kind of like the doddering butler who, yes, Master Wayne. No, he's there to, whenever Bruce goes off the handle, because he knows that Bruce is certifiably insane.
Oh, of course.
He knows that he's been nursing this very damaged, distraught, depressed kid. And when he just makes the conscious decision to don on the cape and cowl and become Batman, he's like, I can't stop this kid. So what I can do is I can try to be a guide for him.
Yeah.
And to try to be like his rock, his center, someone who can keep him grounded. And that Jeremy Irons, for the craziest roles that he's
played. For those of people who don't know who Jerry Irons is, he also was the voice of Scar in The Lion King. He was in Beautiful Creatures, some other crap.
He's been in a lot of stuff,
but
his films go like this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to give you an idea of what he's done. So it's interesting to see him in this role. I think with the advisor title, like I said, he felt like an older uncle to me, which I take as like, an advisor not related, but like gives you guidance and respect. And I guess I've just been playing too much Arkham Knight because like Alfred's got my back. All right, Alfred gives me whatever I want when I
Alfred,
level
yeah,
up,
he's
and
been
he's
very much
there.
the
So
dad grandfatherly character. But I like Jeremy Irons when he's in a
yeah.
serious role. He
Oh,
can be
oh
very distinguished, and when he
yes,
gives a character advice, you're like, yeah,
yeah.
Jeremy Irons, you totally make sense, dude. So I have no problems with that at all. I was
I
when they
feel like
announced him as Alfred, I felt a little bit
hope,
less ill at ease about
a
Ben
little
Affleck
hope,
being Batman.
just a little glimmer, a little
Because yeah,
glimmer.
there was that modicum of hope that just kind of was like, yeah, maybe this will actually be pretty good. The scenes between him and Alfred. So
Were lovely. I'm also thinking about, since we're speaking of that,